All right, everybody. I have a bit of a confession. As much as I want to be 100 with one particular wrestling promotion, I found myself curious in watching AEW Dark one night, and it was actually last night. I watched AEW Dark, AEW Elevation, or whatever you want to call it, and it was good. It was actually good. I actually enjoyed myself watching the matches that they put on, especially the main event. We had the Seidel brothers versus the Lucha brothers, and I was all over amazed by how both of them performed. Even though the results didn't turn into my favor, because as a fan of the Lucha Brothers, as a fan of Penta, and as a fan of Raven Phoenix, I was upset that they did lose, but I wasn't so upset to the point where it's like, oh, screw AEW, they don't know what they're talking about. I enjoyed the match, the back and forth between the two. Jade Cargill made her presence felt. She is a superstar. I'm not lying. She is a superstar, and that's oh my gosh. She has a presence about her that makes everything that she does believable. Then you have the match with Brian Cage. As much as I like to say that, like I was discussing with a few people about a match that Brian Cage had with Hangman Page, and I believe it was at a pay-per-view. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was a lot of the transitions with Hangman Page and Brian Cage that just made me kind of cringe. It made me cringe a bit, but I did enjoy it. I did. I enjoy Brian Cage because Brian Cage is the powerhouse type of guy, and he is super athletic. He's like the one that I want to see doing it out of all the big men. He's one of the ones that I want to see doing all the big men. And I wasn't mad at it. I was not mad at the match that he had. It was pretty much just a showcase of him being Brian Cage. Then we had Chris Starlander. No, I think that was last week with Chris Starlander. My fault, guys. My fault. That's my bad. That's me going way back. But then we had the former AEW Women's Champion. I'm sorry if I forgot the name. Like if I don't watch it often as I should be watching it, then I will forget majority of the names if I've never seen them in any other promotions that I've watched. So my apologies in advance for forgetting the name. So she had her match, and and I like the system. I like the idea of the system of wins and losses for AEW. However, what I don't like is the fact that it at certain points it doesn't matter because they want to tell a story, which is fine if the story makes sense to the point system. Like use the point system with the story. Then they were like, poof, all right, we can create a story with the one that is winning. Cool. And who's no? I just found AEW Dark to be more for me. And now they're coming out with, and now this Friday, in the late PMs, they're coming out with AEW Rampage. Am I excited for it? I would say that I am. Because it gives like as much talent as AEW has on their roster, Dynamite and Dark still isn't enough to showcase all of them. So Rampage would make sense. You know, as I said, I don't wish for the downfall of AEW. I don't wish for the downfall of any wrestling company that can give WWE reason to kind of kick it up a notch. Light for fuel under their fire. You know, Impact, AEW, and New Japan working together, collaborating is a good alliance. It's a good thing. That's happening. I don't know. Now, I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, this not doing well for Impact. Impact's doing fine. Impact is still getting the viewership. Impact is still staying afloat. So Impact is doing fine. New Japan is fine. AEW is fine. WWE is fine. And I didn't want to talk about the released superstars in the video. I wanted to just make this a confessional video of my love of AEW. But since I brought it up randomly, the release of the 12 superstars from NXT, everyone is pointing towards the end of NXT. The way that I see it, it's not an end, but a new beginning. New beginning to NXT. Why would it be a new beginning for NXT? Well, why isn't it the end of NXT? Because if it was the end of NXT, then NXT would feel like it's ending, when it feels like it is doing what it was supposed to originally do in the first place, which is develop and train superstars from either the independent scene or from the performance center to make it to Raw or SmackDown. NXT was never meant to be another brand, but it got popular. It got popular to the point where it's like, okay, we gotta do something with this. And then they tried to make it to another brand, and then they started doing main event things. Questionable things. I wouldn't say main event things. I would say questionable things that kind of turned people away from NXT before the firings, before the releases. And that was moving certain people to the main roster without actually building up a replacement for them. Kind of like moving them to Raw and SmackDown, and then there's no replacement for like for example, you got like Bianca Belair, who was doing excellent NXT, building herself up, and then she was moved over to SmackDown. Fine with that. But who's going to come from behind Bianca? Who's going to be the next Asuka? Who's going to be next Bianca? Who's going to be next Sasha, Bayley, Charlotte, Becky? Who's going to be the next ones that we build up that already has superstars potential? Currently, right now in NXT, my prediction, I would say Dakota Kai, Aaliyah, Raquel, and a third, Xia Li, are definitely ready for the main roster. Definitely ready to make that transition to SmackDown or Raw. Raw, most preferably, because they need the help and the viewership. They need it immediately. But again, I wanted to make this a short confessional video. That's what the purpose of this video was. Is that I do enjoy AEW from time to time. I do enjoy AEW Dark. Let me be very specific. AEW Dark is enjoyable. I don't know about the main stuff where it's like, I don't know. It's too. My problem is it focuses too much on people that don't need to be focused on, and that's where it loses light. Where to me the flavor loses its luster. So again, I'm just gonna be like, I'm. That's just me. So yeah, I mean, AEW. I like to watch AEW now, and I'm still watching WWE. I'm still gonna watch it, and after this video, I'm coming out with another video. And the video is going to be, I want a dream match. I want to do a dream match again. And this one is going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little different. It's going to be a gimmicky type of feel. So, with that said, this has been Dude, an AEW watcher, a WWE watcher, and a person that just enjoys what he enjoys. Until next time, peoples, peace out.